couple of things. With all of the drills, often you'll get a hockey player within your mist. So if you do get a hockey player, this is a real easy way to slow them down. So this is for Anne-Marie. Okay. Well, I'm assuming she's a hockey player, but she's clearly just an athlete. Okay. So what I've done now is I've said to one of our team in this person in this team, Anne-Marie, she's a hockey player and she plays for Midlands, so she's actually pretty good. So what I've said to her is when she goes down that side, she has to dribble in and out of those cones. So now when she runs down through here, she has to do this. Okay, that's going to slow her down significantly if she's a hockey player. Everybody else can just keep on going around. What that's going to do is going to mean this team here is probably going to win because they've lost like 6 in a row because they've got all these good hockey players. Now they'll be able to win because this is a bit trickier. Okay, so we're just going to see how Anne-Marie goes with this one here. Ready? First person that one. Ready? Go.
I can't promise deliberately.
I didn't slow it down much. Okay, hold it there. Should have actually done to Anne-Marie because she's not a great hockey player, but she is a very good runner. So with that, what we can do is we just pop another cone out here.
Oh,
so this time, when Anne-Marie goes around, instead of going straight from this cone to that cone, she'll have to run out and around this cone here and back into here. That's going to slow her down even more. I won't do it to you. So nice. Okay. So most drills you can do stuff like this. So if we go on to a drill over here where we've got a game, if people have to run around, I can just put a cone out and say when you run, you've got to run around this cone here a little bit further. Or when you get a hockey ball, you've got to do this once you get the ball. Okay. So this is really good because it does introduce a new skill. It means that if somebody is a good player, they're just going, oh, this is boring. This is now a challenge for the hockey player. And so they're going to learn new skills and they're going to challenge themselves. It also makes it easier for the other teams to beat them, which is always a good thing. Okay? Right, we're just going to introduce, so if you guys just, if we can just half circle around where these guys are, because they're almost in a half circle anyway. Fine. Yeah, I'm normally go with 5. It's a short flight for me today because I've had a big training camp this weekend. My leg doesn't go much further than about that at the moment. Okay, so using the same drill, we can step it up by introducing the push. Okay, so with a push pass, all we're doing is we're getting into that really good hockey position, and all I say to them when they're starting to have a look at the push pass is that if you didn't have a hockey stick and you had the hockey ball in one hand and you want it to go in the direction of your target, then it would just be the hand moves in the direction of the target and that's where the ball goes. So providing you've got your hockey stick on your ball and your hockey stick is square with where you want your target to be, it's just about the bottom hand. So good hockey position, identify my target, hand goes towards the target, ball goes towards the target. So it's quite easy for them to get it. Once they've done that, the next part of that is to get a little bit more power in it. So what we do is we get them to move the hockey ball onto their back foot. So they'll rock back on their back foot and they'll just transfer their weight onto their front foot. Still the same thing with the hand, going in the direction of the target. Okay, so we get way more power out of that. Then the next step after that is to actually step into that. So we're going to start in a position where we might move up to the ball and we're going to step and throw the pass, and it's going to go even harder. Okay, with trapping, stick the stick on the ground, the ball hits it. So it's quite easy with the trapping part. Stick it on the ground. If it's nice and flat and nice and square, the ball will just hit it and it'll stop where it is. If the ball's coming harder, so that's the first part of it, just get your stick in the way, and I just say to them, put it on the ground and just slide it into where the direction of the ball's coming from. The next part of it is to make sure that bottom hand's a little bit softer, so that when that ball does hit it, it doesn't go bounce off. It actually gets absorbed with that bottom hand with a little bit lighter touch on the bottom hand. So often we'll say to hockey players, soft hands. It's about getting that bottom hand nice and soft so we don't get the ball bouncing off it. So if it was like a piece of concrete, ball bounces off. If it's more rubbery, the ball's not going to bounce off. So make it a little bit more rubbery so the ball actually stops right on that spot, and then we can do something with it. Cool. So we're going to go back to this game again. So what we're doing this time is that we're going to run around the 4 cones, and then when we get to here, we're just going to make a nice pass to our teammate. So run 3 legs, make a pass. Okay? Question?
These sticks with the big boggling in there, how do we teach like kids to keep them straight or take the angle with the...
So they have to take a bit of an angle back. So the face will have to be square to where they are. as opposed to getting the handle straight up and down. Because yeah, the handle straight up and down, we've got a big kink on it. With that orange stick that I had, if you did that, it would just fly straight up in the air. So you have to kink it forward a little bit to make that flat. You did right, good question. Okay, just jump back in again and we're going to have a look at the pass this time. See how you go.